Hello, it's Shot01 here, back with another bike ride video. We're here outside the Rotherhithe tunnel, crossing over, and we're now starting on Jamaica Road. We're heading all the way up to St John's Woods. This is quite a while. It's about 8.5 miles, and I think it took about 2 hours. Right now we're heading west towards Bermondsey Tube Station. In a second we're going to cross over to the other side of the road using these traffic lights. It's good that they're green, and sometimes they can take a while with all the phases of the lights. It's also good with this bus stop bypass and the blue paint on the road, letting drivers know when the cycle lane crosses the side road. We've just passed Bermondsey Tube Station just there on the left, and you can see it's going pretty well. It's nice segregated, and we've got our own protected junction with the green light. If you have a green bicycle light, you will not be in any conflict with any cars. The bus lanes on this road have also reduced the congestion enough that they don't actually need a second lane like they used to be. I mean, imagine needing a second lane on the road that's this busy. However, this was filmed at about midday, so it might have been a bit quiet because of that. Anyway, we've got nice rainwater gardens around here. We do not have to stop at the pedestrian crossing, which is always nice, not having to wait for the light to change forever. They just have to give way to pedestrians. Here we have to wait for a green light to cross over onto Tanner Street. It's another protected lane, although it's not going to go on for very long. As we change route onto Cycleway 14, this used to be a quiet way, but as TfL have renamed all their quiet way schemes into cycleways, it's been changed. Anyway, it's not protected down here, although it's quiet, and they've used one-way streets to try and prevent through routes and reduce traffic as much as possible. There is a little bit of traffic right here. I don't know if it's because of my GoPro, but they seem to give loads of space and were very cautious to cyclists. We're heading through a slow area. Looks like a town square where they're filtered off the road to stop any through traffic. Just be careful down there. And we do have to manoeuvre around this van. However, it wasn't a big deal, and we've just got to wait at these traffic lights. We're taking a different route to the Cycleway 14 as it cuts off some winding back streets that can be a bit confusing. So we're just going to turn at the left at these traffic lights onto Snowfields. We're just bypassing London Bridge Station right now, as that road can get a bit busy. These roads are a lot more quiet and pleasant to walk down. It says turn left at that road to get back onto Cycleway 23. We're going to continue straight on, as it will still be quicker and won't take the windy route. As you can see, got us onto this street very quickly. This road is also filtered at the end, as we'll soon see after these cars. So this means that cars are quite rare down the street, and it gives a nice little community feeling down here as it's all been redeveloped. These traffic lights did take quite a long time to change, as it's been sped up quite a while. It's not the best. People may jump the lights because of that. And we've got our own protected contraflow cycle lane. This is a stepped cycle lane, and I think it's great, seeing as there's not much space here. Shows you can put a cycle lane almost anywhere, even if there isn't much space, as this probably would have struggled previously, especially with all the market traffic, which I think this turns into on a two-way street. We're just waiting at these traffic lights now. This is cycles only, no cars allowed except for market days. And we're just crossing over through this lovely filter onto Union Street. This is a brilliant road going all the way down towards Lambeth North Station. Great cut through and very quiet, and it's like bliss for cycling. It's just absolutely the bee's knees. Here they've made it a one-way contraflow cycle lane as well, so you'll just have to go on the road after. It's a shame that they haven't made it no parking along the whole length. However, it's the best we can get. We're going to turn right here though at Southwark Tube Station to head over onto Blackfriars Road, which will then take us over Blackfriars Bridge as we're heading up north towards St John's Wood. However, it isn't very good, as still people jump the red man trying to cross over as cyclists. They just don't treat them as anything, and you may end up almost crashing into one. You just have to watch out, ring your bell, and it's really annoying. It's just, you can't do anything about it unless they... Traffic lights were good here. We didn't have to wait too long. Lights changed straight away. It's detected us. Absolutely brilliant. We're now going to head up. There's one Blackfriars to our left, the big sail skyscraper. And we're now heading over Blackfriars Bridge. It's a shame there's big boardings up, I don't know why, but there's some lovely views of the River Thames and also Blackfriars Station. I don't know why they've got loads of construction work here. We're now heading towards the lights where you have to wait forever for the lights to change, and they're all not synced up very well. These did take a while. Luckily we got through the pedestrian crossing first try, although I have a feeling that would have changed green by the time we got through the second set of lights. Coming up on New Bridge Street, we're just flying straight up the hill. This is where the cycle route starts to get a bit of an incline. It's not too much, that mainly happened down on Farringdon Street after these lights here, which took their time to change, to take the very least. There's so many phases here, and there's all the buses and everything. These lights took forever. We're now on to Farringdon Street, and up ahead is the Holborn Bridge. And this is where the cycle lane splits. If you're coming the other direction, you'll be on the other side. This is where it goes from full segregation into only a step segregated cycle track, which I'm still fine with. And here the cycle lane goes a bit funky due to the drainage of the street, which is very good. And these lights have now been reinstated. I believe they were replaced with temporary ones for a short while. However, they are now working again, and these didn't take too long to go, although it is a hill start, so I recommend turning your gears down, especially if you're on a Boris bike. Here it's want protected, and then there's nothing for a little while due to construction site. But nevertheless, we're coming off now onto Greyville Street, where we're just using the little cycle filter onto Saffron Hill, which is the street that follows Farringdon Street as it just turns into a bike lane. You can continue on Farringdon Street if you want, however it is just a bus lane. If you're okay showing it with buses, that's fine. I'm just going to show you the safest and the best route overall. Here these lights took absolutely forever. I am not going to even under exaggerate how long these lights took to change. It was they were never going to change, but they did eventually. We get a quick head start, and as you can see, people aren't looking for bikes, as they never do. Herbal Hill is a good nice road. It's downhill, but then you've got straight up Warner Street again. This is quite a steep hill again, and I believe once you go onto Phoenix Place there is some roadworks. This has been an ongoing development for quite a while, and luckily they actually turned green for just in time. It might have been because of that motorcyclist though. And it's quite a long way uphill, this one-way section is, and then it turns straight back into two lanes again, and you've got a pedestrian crossing which is temporary as well. We've now got to give way here and cross over. Be careful of the parked cars and the traffic island there. I do not have any idea what this person was doing. They were waving all over the road on Cubitt Street, but you just got to be ready for that. If you don't think you can deal with that, then there's no point in even trying the cycle route. We're now heading up on Ampton Street to get to the sets of traffic lights. These lights have been redone, they've been refurbished, and they're a lot better now. You no longer have to strain your neck to look up at the lights, and the other way now has a little protected part which you can now don't have to interfere with cars, which is excellent, as it used to only just give you a small head start. Heading round Regent Square now, you actually need to take a right there, because I'm not sure about the lights, whether you're actually allowed to turn right with them, but I think you can. It's a little bit overgrown, you might want to go on the right of the bollard there. But anyway, this is a nice little cut round the lights. It's just a lot nicer. There's loads of trees, and I just wanted to see where this goes basically, because you can't, I didn't really look around it on Street View. And we're now on Judd Street. I believe that's how you say it, or Jude Street, I don't know. This is once again filtered, and we're now at the British Library and St Pancras International Station, because everybody likes St Pancras International Station. We're going to be heading straight up on St Pancras Way and streets like that. I really hated that cyclists doing that. They cut off right at the end. Did not know what to do, so I slowed down. And then as I thought they stopped, they sped right up again and cut right across me. I was really not happy about that. And also watch out for the zebra crossings here. They are quite wide and you can easily miss the pedestrians crossing. On the right is where the Southeastern High Speed Terminal is. It's very nice. And I believe we may be going there on the transport race video, which is coming up very, very soon. Taking part in the transport race in less than a week now, so be sure to stay tuned and subscribe if you do not want to miss the transport race video where, oh no, I'm giving away all my plans now, oh no. Anyway, on St Pancras Way, and we're going to turn around the Crescent on Goldington Crescent. We're going to be using some cycle traffic lights. It means you don't have to turn right at the junctions. They do have advanced stop boxes, but this way is a lot more quieter and better. There's almost no traffic on Goldington Crescent at all. And we're now on Royal College Street. This has got some protected bike lanes, however the curbs do dip for some reason. I don't really know why, because it's double yellow, so you can't park there anyway. I'm clueless. If anybody knows, please let me know. very good here, except at this junction here, everyone was pulling out and stuff. There seemed to be a lot of problems with the traffic lights, and this wasn't very good. This person just cut right across, even though cycle lanes meant to have priority. Maybe they just didn't know. However, I was not very happy with that. The cycle lane gives up for a teeny little bit, makes sure to stop for pedestrians, and it gets back on again. We're coming up to Camden Road Station right now after this bit of unprotected bit, but it isn't too much anyway. Camden Road, here we go. Traffic lights are segregated once again. You've got your own little bits on the left, which should change. These didn't take too long to change. Camden Road Station, that brick building on the left, it's a really good station. Highly recommend that you visit it. Here we're heading all the way up towards Chalk Farm and Mornington Crescent area. It just becomes a painted lane with a couple of armadillos on the road and a bit of stepped as well, although there are loading bays, so don't expect them to always be free. We're going to be turning left here after the yellow grid onto the cycleway. I don't think this is an official cycleway anymore because the cycleway 6 ends just back there at those traffic lights. So we're now following an unofficial cycle route, which will mainly be protected with parking and wands. Here there was some person stopped in the cycle lane, so we had to go around the outside, and once the traffic lights turn green, you're on Prince of Wales Road. Here it's mainly protected by parking, but with the other direction protected with wands, which is an excellent way. Of course, they've done the brilliant thing, bus stop bypasses, and they've also done some protection for the bridge where cyclists would most likely be most vulnerable. And I like how they also added the giveaway line at the bus stop bypass, as it can sometimes be a little bit hard to remember that you have to give pedestrians priority. I sometimes forget that. Anyway, nonetheless, we'll be coming off this road at the next turning on the left, which is a very weird named road. Crogsland Road, I don't even know what that is. This gives you access to Chalk Farm station just down here, so this is where you'd stop for Chalk Farm. However, there is a cycle filter right here with some traffic lights to help you cross the 2-lane busy road. We're now going to head up this very steep hill. It's good if you're coming down, you've got a filter, it's unprotected, but we're now heading up towards the West Coast main line, which means we're getting close. Here you've got a nice cycle lane over the bridge, which means you can cycle over the bridge, which is very good. I always hate it when you can't cycle over bridges, because railway lines are a big problem with cycle routes, as all the available bridges are normally very busy on main roads, as you wouldn't just build a bridge for a small little road. This is where the cycle route starts getting very hilly now. It's still quite quiet, there's quite a few cyclists to be fair. We're just following a National Cycle Network route, which is just some painted arrows on the floor with a cycle symbol on them. You may be able to see one coming up in a bit. We're going to be going straight here. As you can see, the other direction is no entry to cars with a cycle filter as well. We're going to be going straight across. Be careful of the raised pavement, as it isn't the best for cyclists because it's cobbled, which made me wobble a bit there, which wasn't very good, especially as a cyclist came up from the right and I wasn't expecting it. Mini roundabout here, not too bad, but it's still the bane of most cyclists' existence. They're not very good for cycling at all. They're completely designed for cars. Anyway, we're now coming up to the busy Swiss Cottage interchange, which is like a 6-lane roundabout. However, I noticed this because I think I took a wrong turn here, and we go on to Harley Road. We're going to avoid that at all costs. And if you know the Jubilee line well, you'll know that Swiss Cottage is only 1 stop north than St John's Wood. And if you're wondering why we're north of St John's Wood when we were south before, it's because there's no safe cycling routes, and especially no real routes over the railway to be able to get there reliably and safely. Here we just got off our bikes and walked over the road as it was a busy road, and yeah, we crossed at the Pelican Crossing, so you're not allowed to cycle across it, but otherwise you just go straight over onto the Queen's Grove Street. Another big hill, and we've got to take the second turning on the left. You can see these chevrons on the floor as well. I'm envious of that person coming down the road. However, it is quite a posh area here, so it's not too bad. We're going to turn left now onto Ordnance Hill, Once again, no protected bicycle lanes for the rest of this trip, and we've just got some traffic lights up here. I was close past by that motorcyclist, that was not very nice. These traffic lights are sensor activated, so they do not take long to change, especially as there isn't much traffic at this junction, especially when I was recording this at about 2 o'clock. Turning right here, we're now getting on to probably the busiest road, which is St John's Wood Terrace. This is quite busy with cars, however, you can just walk or use an adjacent road. I'm using this road so that I can use the Boris bike stand just down from this road. We're going to turn left at the traffic lights and then we'll be done at St John's Wood. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing for more videos like this, and why not comment seeing what route you'd like to do next. There's always a GPS file in the description below, which I think I need to add to my last video. Once these lights change, we're going to turn left and then we're going to park up on the pavement just here. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.